Ever feel like your gut just has a mind of its own? Yeah, you are not alone. So many of us struggle with the daily mystery of our digestive health. Well, today we're diving into Gut Harmony, a guide that's basically a professional blueprint for understanding and managing it all. So let's get into it and decode the complexities of gut health together.
You know, if you've ever felt just completely confused or frustrated by your digestive system, you are so not alone. It can really feel like you're trying to solve this giant puzzle, but you don't have all the pieces, especially when you're dealing with something like irritable bowel syndrome or IBS.
So, first up, the IBS enigma. I want you to think of IBS as a common but super personal puzzle. And the good news? Once you really get the core components, you can actually start putting the pieces together for yourself.
Literally, millions of people are navigating the ups and downs of IBS every single day. But here's the thing you have to remember. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. Your experience is completely unique to you. And that's exactly why the first real step toward managing it is cracking the code of your gut. Okay, so let's get into it and start decoding your gut's code. To really get a handle on this, we've got to become gut detectives. We're going to start with the basics, and then we'll get into the really fascinating science behind it all. So let's start with a really clear definition. What is IBS? Well, it's a chronic disorder of the large intestine, and the symptoms, they can be super unpredictable and uncomfortable. We're talking cramping, abdominal pain, bloating, gas, and that really frustrating swing between diarrhea and constipation. Just recognizing these is key. And this right here shows that IBS isn't just one thing. It's actually categorized into 4 main subtypes, and it's all based on your main symptom. So you've got IBS with diarrhea, that's IBS-D, IBS with constipation, or IBS-C, a mix of both, which is called IBS-M, and then there's IBS-U for unsubtyped. Figuring out your subtype, total game changer for finding the right management strategy.
Okay, now for the really cool part. Let's explore this inner world that connects your gut and your brain. There are 2 key players in this whole gut health game from the Gut Harmony Guide that are just absolutely essential for understanding the why behind your symptoms.
First up, the gut microbiome. I want you to imagine a thriving, bustling city inside your digestive tract, and it's home to trillions of bacteria. Now, this isn't just some random collection of microbes. It is a vital, incredibly complex ecosystem that has a huge impact on your digestion, your immunity, your overall well-being.
So how do you take care of this little city inside of you? Well, the guide gives a really clear action plan. The goal is diversity, so eating 30 or more different plant-based foods a week. You also want to bring in fermented foods like yogurt or kimchi to introduce those good bacteria. And then you fuel the good guys with prebiotics, stuff you find in garlic and oats. And just as important, you got to limit the processed foods and artificial sweeteners that can throw off that delicate balance.
Now, our second key player flows right from the first. It's the gut-brain connection. It's this physical and chemical communication link. Think of it like a 2-way superhighway. You know when you feel butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous? Yep, that's this connection in action. And here's why this matters so much to you. It means that managing your stress is managing your gut. Stress can directly fire up your symptoms, and on the flip side, an unhappy gut can totally impact your mood. They are completely linked.
All right, so we've got the why down. Let's shift gears to the how. It is time to bust out your personal harmony toolkit. This is where we get into the real, actionable strategies and tools you can start using to manage your IBS effectively.
Okay, so the main dietary tool in our kit is the low FODMAP diet. Now, the whole point of this is to act as a short-term diagnostic tool. The goal really is to systematically figure out which specific fermentable carbs, those are the FODMAPs, are your personal trigger foods. And this table here just shows how practical this can be. It's not about what you can't eat, it's about all the stuff you can. Look at this. Instead of wheat, you've got rice, quinoa, and oats. You can swap out those high FODMAP onions and garlic for the flavor from carrots and spinach. It's all about finding these delicious alternatives that actually work for you.
So it's basically a 3-step dance. First, you put on that gut detective hat and you meticulously journal your food and your symptoms. Second, you go into an elimination phase for about 2 to 6 weeks, where you remove those high FODMAP foods. Then, the most important step, reintroduction. You slowly bring foods back, one by one, to see how your body reacts. And please remember, the guide strongly recommends you do this with a registered dietitian or a healthcare provider. But listen, finding gut harmony isn't just about what's on your plate, and this is so important. A holistic approach is truly the best way to go.
This means focusing on these lifestyle pillars, actively managing your stress with things like yoga or meditation, eating mindfully without distractions, staying really well hydrated, and prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. These things, they're the foundations of a happy gut.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. Let's talk about forging your own wellness path, because this is all about taking this information and turning it into a long-term, personalized strategy that actually works for you.
You know, this quote from the source material just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't some quick fix or a Band-Aid solution. It really is a professional blueprint, a foundation that empowers you to take control and manage your own health for the long haul.
And I really want you to remember this. The ultimate goal here is not about endless restriction. It's about deep understanding. It's about listening to your body, identifying your unique needs, and discovering what true gut harmony actually feels like for you. It's your journey.
So, that brings us to the end, and I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Now that you're armed with this new understanding, what is the very first, totally manageable step you're going to take on your path towards gut harmony? I promise you, your gut will thank you for it.